Yes. So here we go. This is PWG and BOWTO, both of which have been pushed into the losers bracket. And we're going to take a look at how this plays out. Obviously, the team that wins this best of three advances. Who do they fight next? They will fight DCMA. This is losers bracket 3.1. And PWG has a Peter Velicki with, well, Tank plus Furious build. That's an interesting idea. Prince Heinrich with full secondaries and Lutyens, and wants to be able to change between AP and HE. We've got a Miss Clara. There she is in Lepanto, Colorado. And all the way on the other end of the game is a lone Dunkirk. Now, this is islands. It's a small map. So tell us about the red team.
Well, BOWTO has decided to take a Queen Elizabeth with a useless concealment perk, Vlad that wants to burn, but not too much, safety matches, a Scharnhorst full secondaries, a Normandy who also believes concealment will work in a small map, with the West Virginia that has the same feeling of, well, nobody will ever see me because I will never shoot with concealment. But I guess that's the only thing that really would surprise me. Like, small maps, why are you taking concealment? It's
Right.
all battleships?
We talked about that yesterday, concealment being maybe not as important as it traditionally is in a tournament and or a random battle. Seabear, thank you for checking over the YouTube channel. Appreciate you, man. Clara coming under attack, so is the Scharnhorst. That's Graf Fabsis. Now, PWG is an offshoot of DSNF. PWG stands for Penguins with Guns.
I know. They need to get their guns focused on the Scharnhorst that's at half health.
Yeah, they kind of do. The Scharnhorst is doing a nice job of hiding behind the island from Miss Clara. And I say that as he just comes right around in front of her. She's taking a lot of damage. I'm kind of surprised by that. Maybe just charging up the adrenaline rush. Because, yeah, well, okay.
Well, I mean, the Peter Verlecki is also very low.
Yeah, to Peter Velicki. Here comes the sap shells on the Scharnhorst. Not as much damage as one would expect.
Colorado's taking a crack at the West Virginia that's moving at lightning speed.
And Colorado connects.
Well, they're doing a decent job of at least focus firing on the Scharnhorst. Stop it! We're rooting for Team Bravo here.
Puddin always roots for Team Bravo, that's correct.
Well, I don't think the Scharnhorst is long for the life.
No. And hello, Eternity. Surprisingly, though, he's still alive. I expected that Scharnhorst to be dead quite some time ago. Monkey Man's Dunkirk on the other side of the map is quite low, too.
I mean, he had his heal going, so, like, it was going to take time. Now that his heal and DCP's down, it's just really just time now.
Well, it just feels like, you know, Clara's in the Lepanto with the sap shells and just unable to really connect and do the damage. I just feel like that Scharnhorst lived a little bit longer than he needed to. And the result of that is this Prince Heinrich has lost quite a bit of hit points while waiting for that Scharnhorst to die.
This Clara just got touched.
By what, I wonder? Looks like the Vladivostok.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was a battleship.
Good guess. Good guess. Hello, Cobra 5.0.
West Virginia is not long for life.
Yeah, well, it's West Virginia.
Well, I mean, it's always good to push into a secondary ship, too. That always works out.
Yesterday, I think it was the West Virginia 41 that we saw dying the most. Right? Like, there's at least one game where we're like, oh, You know, all that needs to happen is for this team to survive, and West Virginia decides to start shooting and get themselves killed.
Well, the Dunkirk finally goes down.
Yep, the Dunkirk does
Heinrich
go
is
down.
low. I mean, Miss Clara clearly got touched, so they're getting some. BOWTO's getting some use out of that Vlad in the middle.
They really are. The Vlad is a good choice for this map, especially. You can go up against an island and basically control one full side of you, but uh-oh. Did Clara turn in time? She did. She's kind of low on consumables. Everything's on cooldown. Bortz gets a heal off, which is great, but I think he needs to, like, not be moving forward for a while. And then BOWTO's Queen Elizabeth is just chilling down here.
I think he's just going to the Heinrich utilize that island. Because, you know, like you say, heal up a bit. Oof, he shoots the island.
Well, and he gets shot by the Vlad. See, that's what I was talking about. Like, even though you've got a heal ticking, you can't just poke forward. You gotta just chill, relax, have the patience to get off your next heal. Because guess what? He's dead right here. Oh, maybe not. 818.
Okay, we're still waiting for him to be dead right here.
But you get the idea. It's like, why put yourself out in front of a near full health Vlad? Or, you know, all you're doing is losing your hit points.
Queenie has got to deal with this Colorado.
Well, fortunately for the Queen Elizabeth, the Colorado is kind of forced to turn northward a bit there. But we'll see what happens with this Colorado. Heinrich wisely backs up behind the island and is now safe again. His next heal's coming up soon. Clara's heal goes off. Colorado punches the Queen Elizabeth in the face. I played Queen Elizabeth in ranked yesterday. Really had a fun time. To Electric's despair. Of course I got something nice for my wife's birthday. Today is my wife's birthday, y'all. And I'm spending it hanging out with you guys, casting a tournament.
Right. 4 life choices, that's what that's called?
Or the best life choices. All that's left is the Vlad and the Normandy.
I would have liked to see the Normandy actually round that corner and just take out the Heinrich when it was so low.
I was expecting him to. Instead, he played safe, but ooh. Miss Clara just comes forward and says, hey, please just clock me in the head. Thank you. And they still can't kill the Heinrich. Why not kill the Lepanto that's broadside? I mean, they still can't kill the Heinrich. There you go, you killed the Heinrich.
It only costs you everything.
I mean, I think the kill on Miss Clara would have been far more valuable. Heinrich isn't that much of a threat. It's behind the island. It can't get its torpedoes to bear. Can't use its secondaries and stuff like that. And look, Clara got the heal off now.
And luckily the Colorado doesn't get the kill. Now it's all up to a Vlad.
That's right. It's all up to the Vlad, who now has a Colorado in his face.
All right, what's faster, the Vlad in reverse or the Colorado full steam forward? Let's see.
Well, if I'm the Vlad, I'm trying to shoot something else. Good, he's shooting the PWG. Who's able to kind of hide behind the sinking ship, the sinking Normandy, to absorb some of those shells. That was kind of fun to watch.
I mean, who do you shoot now? Everybody's fairly well angled.
Nobody, because there's 10 seconds until the game's over, Puddin'.
Oh, you don't think it's going to be reloaded in time?
No.
Okay. No, he reloaded.
Okay, but didn't kill anything?
He wouldn't have killed anything.
All right, well, and with that, PWG wins game 1. This is a best of 3 series, and the normal tournament starts in 7 minutes. So this is going to be an interesting thing to consider. I'm going to run a commercial break right now because we got to get those out of the way, and we got to figure out what's coming up next for us. Puddin', do you want to stay with these guys, or do you want to move to the winner's bracket and start covering that in 7 minutes?
I don't. I don't know. Like, who are we gonna see in the winners bracket? Like, I mean, it really doesn't matter to me.
So we have signed up for Merc 2 versus... No, that we saw that one yesterday. RWI versus Nacho. And that's set to start in 6 minutes.
Well, I mean, we could watch 5 minutes of this and then just jump over.
We could. I'm just worried we might get stuck in watching that. We'll have to see if these guys get started right away. But they did start late. So there's that. What is this? This is... Class is signals container, max 2 per user. Okay, here we go. I got new codes for today, y'all. So let me get that saved and worked on, and then let's go with eat. Yeah, we can try to swap over quickly.
Well, I mean,
I'm asking Beer what he would prefer we do. We can close out Snaz now. That's good. Okay, Beer says he's gonna hold the next game. So we'll do this game and then we'll swap from this one.
okay.
Okay. So we're gonna do reverse. Here we go. So this is game 2. PWG is up a game over BOWTO. This is best of 3, so do or die for BOWTO. And they have a Normandy, Queen Elizabeth, Vladivostok, West Virginia 41, and a Scharnhorst. This feels oddly familiar, Puddin'.
Well, this is somewhat new for us on the Bravo side. We have a Gascon in Alabama, Mackinson, a Hawk, and the Ganat or whatever it's called.
Ganget, yeah. This is wild. So the Gascon, we always call it the gas can because of how easily it sets on fire, and they're running a playing with matches build. Miss Clara is not running fire prevention. That just feels weird. I think she'd be better off with fire prevention and not taking concealment. We talked about that before. We got a Bama with secondary extension to boost the main battery. I kind of like that in this kind of mode, but again, I don't like concealment. I'd rather see fire prevention, right? Mackinson with secondaries, but only to boost the main battery as well. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting builds. For a tournament like this, guys, with 10 minutes and small maps, concealment doesn't matter so much. Neither does, frankly, long-term survivability. So when you see people like the gang in here taking emergency repair expert, even IRR, like these don't matter in this tournament, really. You know, IRR maybe helps to get your heal back sooner, but it's probably better to be running adrenaline rush because it's all about getting your DPM up as much as possible, right? Uh-oh, did we miss Puddin? Did we lose Puddin?
No,
Oh, okay.
I was coughing.
Oh, you're sick. I'm sorry to hear that.
Just, I mean, it just seems like everybody goes with their standard builds that they're so used to, like you say, and not realizing that you don't need the concealment.
Mm-hmm. And even things like damage control mod 2, for example, so that you burn less duration. Even something like that is probably less important than either rudder shift or propulsion, so that you can either dodge shells and torpedoes with propulsion, or you can angle quicker into potential enemies shooting at you, which is also very important, so you can bounce AP shells. Now, I did see some comments from viewers about these teams don't understand X, Y, and Z. Remember that this tournament is meant to be accessible by as many players as possible. You're going to see a lot of people making what you might consider to be silly mistakes. And that's because these players have a win rate cap of essentially 54%, right? 57% and up, they're allowed to play only one person on the team, and they're marked with a 57 next to their name, like Malway, for example, on the Mackinson. And those players can only play tier 6 or 7 or 5 battleships. They cannot play the 8 or the 9, with the exception of mercenary teams. A mercenary team is a team made up of players that can't get into a full team. They just literally make them up. And Shaw Norris goes down for BOWTO right off the bat. Ouch. Maybe a little bit too
Miss
aggressive
Claire's
there.
got the nice broadsides on some of these guys. Now she has to deal with the West Virginia 44. I don't think that's going to go well for the West Virginia.
Probably not. Oof. Look at that punch in the face. I find it interesting, though, that Miss Clara and the Gascon is not going for a secondary build. And simply because the secondaries on the Gascon are pretty decent as well.
Well, I mean, she's just going to kite this West Virginia until it dies.
Mm-hmm.
Which should be relatively soon.
Profile, no. Massachusetts is not banned from this tournament. There are a couple of lineups that allow for a Massachusetts. The problem is that those lineups, you pay heavily for the Massachusetts with the other battleship choices, which I really like because that prevents some of the min-maxing that we've seen in previous seasons.
Well, I mean, it's interesting that they brought the Alabama because, like, its thing is the second best torpedo protection.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's also got really good maneuverability, and the guns themselves are quite punchy. Speaking of being punched...
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Ooh! Hawk torpedo barely misses the Normandy. Now he's broadside to the Queen Elizabeth, who fires AP and gets nothing out of those shells.
Clearly the wrong ammo choice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, rip the Normandy. This is looking like it's going to be a 2-0 for PWG.
Well, BOWTO just didn't seem to get the utility that they had from the first game with their Vlad.
That's right.
Just punching everybody. Well, this fight between West Virginia and Miss Claire has gone on a little longer than I thought.
Mm-hmm. Well, and part of that I think is because Clara has opted to shoot AP, and you're shooting AP at the bow, and she's hit the turret several times, the second turret, and knocked it out, which is fun and all, but that doesn't lead to a dead ship. And I think Clara would have been better suited shooting HE, actually, just to keep fires going and just burn it down the old-fashioned way. You can see she's getting frustrated by turning in, and Spare 13 sees an opportunity now to point his bow into her and misses because he's slow. This brings up great memories of when Grunty and his Gascon died to a Colorado, forcing us to lose Operation Narai.
Oh, good old Nari.
Good old Narai and good old Grunty. And there goes Spare now, because here's one of the big mistakes when you're playing battleships. Go up against another battleship, the worst thing you can do is continue your turn after failing to get the ram or whatever off.
Well,
Because he kept on continuing to turn, he's broadside to Clara.
looks like the Vlad backed up into the McDonald's parking lot, and the Alabama's just gonna go. No, that's my parking lot. You're dead.
Well, I mean, all he has to do is just ram now, and that will do it for the first round of the tournament today. Oh, we actually have a ship sinking in the background, too. So there we go. We have a triple death pick, everyone. Gotta love that. All right. Well, congratulations to PWG.
All right, where we got?